Hello and welcome to another roundtable discussion at the 2013 Bike Magazine Bible of Bike Tests. We're here talking about the Scott Genius 720. I'm here with my colleagues and comrades, Vernon, Travis, and Seb. This is an interesting bike. We tested it on our all-mountain course and decided it was a much better fit for the trail category. And I think we're all in pretty unanimous decision about that.
I'd like to dissent.
Really?
Yes. We'll definitely all agree that this was the best climber of the bunch.
Yeah.
Of the all-mountain bikes.
Of the all-mountain
It
bikes.
went like a rat of a drain pipe. Like, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was insane. Partially because of the light weight, we may say mostly because of the flippy lever that are attached to another two cables on the handlebar, the twin lock thing. The reason that I think this puts it in the all-mountain category is because the climbs that we had to deal with were way steeper than in the trail, even than in the XC category. And a lot of people with their, now described as all-mountain trails are going to have a lot of steep climbing to deal with. And this thing does that extremely well.
I would argue against that. I think the all-mountain category is about downhill thrills. The kind of people that are into this want to maximize the amount of downhill they're doing in one day, one ride, whatever it is to be. Mm-hmm. Of course, you want to make your climbs easy so you can enjoy your downhills as much, but you don't want to compromise any downhill performance.
Mm-hmm. Right. Which this does, absolutely. I'll agree with you.
It does.
And Scott does categorize this bike as a trail bike.
And not only do they categorize it as a trail bike, but they do it in a very European way. It is, if I may quote from the website, 0% racing, 80% trail, and 20% all mountain.
It's a quite good trail bike, and Scott does have a full-bred all-mountain bike, the Genius LT long travel that is got 180 millimeters of travel, and that does not compromise in the downhills, and it is actually a really efficient climber as well. We tested that 2 years ago in our Bellingham edition, and I like this bike for a trail application. It's, everything, there is a lot of cables erupting from the handlebars, but you do get used to the controls, whether you like the looks of it or not. I think that it's something you get used to and it becomes second nature.
Scott are trying to simplify your trail experience by having all of that button up on the handlebars. Whereas normally you've got it down your pro pedal, you've got it on your forks, you've got it on your shock. Mm-hmm. They're trying to simplify it. I think it's kind of making it more confusing. To me, it distracts away from the experience of mountain biking, which is getting out there and just simply having fun on the trail in the wilderness. I'm sure that you probably get used to this bike and all those bells and whistles, but I think there's probably a bunch of riders that probably really enjoy this kind of bike, where they're going to be playing around and making sure they've got all the settings.
Right. And that gets back to the idea that there's rarely a right and wrong in bike design. It's just a matter of figuring out who you are as a rider and what makes sense to you.
Absolutely. Now they do this bike in a 29-inch version.
Yes,
correct.
Mm-hmm. With 130 millimeter.
Yes,
a little less
travel.
It's still got the 34 on the front, so it's burly up at the front. Mm-hmm. Am I correct? I would be really intrigued to see how that bike rode actually. In the 29er application. We were saying it's maybe a trail bike. I think this.
I've ridden both of them, and the extra travel and this one, they have a different ride quality, but a similar capabilities. I think the Genius 720 is a really capable trail bike that somebody who wants a bike that can exceed, can be 20% all mountain. I think that the 720 is a good choice.